Her caption says, "You think being a landlord is just collecting rent," as she puts some type of notice on the door. It says, "My aunt moved a homeless man she met at the park into my grandmother's house when she passed. It said, I by right had a key to my grandmother's home and she changed the locks. I literally grew up in this house."
You want this so I can change the lock?
I went to check on her in the house and this happened. He says she bullied his grandmother while she was still alive. While dealing with my grandmother's affairs, I let her stay there. I'm gonna just let it play.
And as you could see, the answer was yes. My grandmother traveled from Grenada to America with the Mighty Sparrow. She sang with his band in the 60s, but she had a plan that on that tour, she was never going back. She died with so many untold stories. And also with no instructions on what to do when she passed. But I'm most certain she wouldn't have wanted it to go this way. This was the results of that scene, and I'm gonna do a part 4 to show y'all how we got here. But for now, I'm sharing this story to build community. And honestly, I'm tired of going through this shit by myself. As scared as I was to do this, I'm actually finding this playlist to be very healing. So if you can, please like, share, comment, or donate to the cause of me saving my family's home. I'm currently living here with my 2 children, and because I spent so much money to get her and her homeless boyfriend out, I had no idea what I was going to step into on the other side of this door. So make sure you follow me on this journey, because I promise y'all, this is not the end. It's just the beginning.
It's just a mess. Just a mess.
If you're watching this right now, get comfortable.
All right, so this next one says, "Move out of my hotel room with me as a 20-year-old single mom." Y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
And stay a few minutes. Watch me clean as a 20-year-old homeless single mom. I cannot believe this. Already time for me to move out of my hotel. This 28 days definitely flew by. It's a bittersweet moment because they definitely took my arm and my leg when I moved in. But for 28 days, this was my home. So I'm definitely gonna miss it a little bit. But we're on to bigger and better. If you're watching this and you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a 20-year-old homeless single mom with a 3-year-old baby boy. His name is Adrian. I went to school up until freshman year of high school, and then I decided to go on. I went to the first day of sophomore year and I didn't really like it, so I left and I never came back. And that's okay, because high school is not for everybody, y'all. That schedule was not for me. So I ended up doing online school and I ended up getting pregnant. I got pregnant when I was 16. I had my baby boy when I was 17. My whole life I was class of 23, but when I decided to lay down and open my legs, I got very, very sick. And so I graduated a year late, which is okay. I still got my diploma. The first 2 years of my baby boy's life, I was a stay-at-home mom. Then when he turned about 2.5, I decided to follow my dreams and go to hair school. I was in school full-time for about 6 months before I decided that I needed to take a break from it. There are many, many reasons why I decided that I needed this break, but that's a story for another time. Let me know if y'all want to hear it. So right now, I'm trying to build up my clientele, y'all. I want to get into a suite because I love doing hair and these hands go crazy. So if you're in the Cincinnati, Kentucky area, hit up your girl and let me know. The queen has so many new hairstyles I want to try, and I am taking models right now. The price is definitely right. I already know y'all finna ask me all the questions. Are you and your baby daddy back together? Are you and your baby? It's none of your business. Get out my business. But thank y'all for watching. I love you so much. If you watch this far, leave a red heart. Bye. If you're
Was that her baby daddy? That guy? Or is that her boyfriend now? Here's the thing, right? It was a pretty clear and obvious pattern. She starts things, she doesn't like to finish it. When I guess, when it gets a little boring, a little monotonous, she just decides that she's going to be out. And we saw the pattern. I mean, she mentioned that she left high school. Looks like she somehow managed to still complete it eventually. Same thing. Now you get into the world and you actually get to choose what you get to do, right? What you get to go to school for. And you chose something that I'm guessing was of interest of you, hair school or whatever. And then she just stops in the middle of hair school. And she's got kids. And if her room was any indication, she's been there for 28 days. Allegedly, it just seems like it's her and that child. Her and the child. One child. We see family situations with far more children than this. And I'm gonna mute it, but I'm gonna have it panning while I'm talking. That room was a mess. Now I understand it's not easy to live in, a small space, but goodness gracious, that room is a mess. And I think it just takes a little bit of being regimented, being routine, because how are you going to be able to think clearly in that chaos? Right? It's just you and the child. The least you can do is just keep things tidy, keep things nice and tight. But I understand maybe moving a lot of things, and having to pack up and go. But those are just the things that flag to me. It seems like she quits when things get a little hard or a little boring. And then also, she could probably be a little more organized, and that would probably make things a lot easier on herself. Again, y'all, if you could like the video, greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second. It looks like this is a post-eviction walkthrough. Why do people so it seems like you knew that you were getting evicted and you left all your stuff, which lets me know you were unprepared for what ultimately came down. Right? It's pretty clear. You just left all your stuff and now the landlord's got to pick it up, clean it up. And some of that stuff doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's nice stuff, which to me, this is an indication that the writ of eviction came and they came and evicted her after the designated deadline and she wasn't ready. So she just had to get out.
Bruh.
What the?
I'm leaving.
What the hell?
I gotta get my stuff out of here.
Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. I'm glad he didn't spoil that. That was crazy. Dang, I'm probably going to spoil it. Because I'm going to have to put that in the title. But that's wild. Hold on. We got to see that again. What did she think she was about to do? So, you can't make this up, man. Hold on. We got to see that again.
Bruh.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I gotta get my stuff out of
Hey,
Hey, call the police.
she's still here. Yup.
I came here to get my stuff.
Nah.
She's upstairs hiding in the closet.
Hiding in the closet, okay.
She talking about I'm just here to get my stuff. That, ma'am, people just be lying just so effortlessly in real time. She thought that they were going to leave and then she was going to still be in that apartment or that house. Does that even make sense? The judge done put down a writ of eviction or something like that where you got to get out and you're hiding in the closet. What do you think you're about to do? It's really only 2 or 3 things that I feel like she could have possibly been about to do. One is, I guess maybe she thought they were going to leave some of her stuff in there for the time being and she was going to stay. Another thing, maybe she thought, yeah, once they get out of here, I'm going to vandalize this place and I'm going to tear it up. I'm so glad they did that walkthrough. And now we see why they do the walkthroughs, because that was crazy. And I know she didn't think she was about to escape. And, that was crazy. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
I understand this is your house, Ms. Lee, but
This says, the caption says, "You can stay, but your husband can't." And it says they got evicted.
I don't think this is fair.
I know it's not really all his fault. Can we stay here? Mommy. Can we just
y'all can stay, but he can't stay.
Why not?
Well, I don't understand. Like, this is we a family. Like, I understand, like, this is your house, but, like, I'm not leaving my family. So what you expect me to do?
So you gonna be on the street with your family?
What you gonna do? But you just can't stay here.
What?
Her and the kids can stay as long as they like.
But Sean is a part of the family, so he gotta. So what he gotta stay at a hotel? Like what?
If you're trying to follow him, I suppose so.
Follow him.
No, I don't think
Are you recording this? Don't record this.
No, man, because that's bogus. That's bogus. Like, I ain't finna cuss in just your house. I want to get loud. I ain't about to do that, but that's just...
You want to get loud? Yeah, just go ahead and redact it completely and just let them take their stuff and get out. Because this is the leader that she chose. So go ahead and die on that hill with this leader. Because I know, you know what's crazy too? I know this woman. She seems like a nice woman. I know she's looking and she's like comparing this dude and she can't believe it. Because she's like, when did men turn into this? She's used to seeing a totally different type of man who would have just had a little stick, put a bag on the end of it, and left just to make sure that his family was secure and safe and wouldn't have minded being uncomfortable and would have been able to rest easy knowing that his family was safe and secure, that he created. Listen, it's a great thing that your woman is valuing you like that, but your job as the leader is to value them more and to be able to, for one, give them assurance that, listen, I'm going to be fine. And two, prioritize their safety and their stability first. This dude, it seems like he's pretty much using his own family as bargaining chips and as leverage to say, oh, it's either all or nothing. And so now it's putting the earnest on this woman, who really, that's a fair thing to say. Especially if he acting like this, you recorded me in my own house. That's another thing she probably has never seen from a man before.
I literally can't stay here. Like, I have nowhere to go. We all got evicted. Like, I know you trying to say I'm the man and I was supposed to take responsibility, but life happens. Like, I don't understand why I can't stay here, Ms. Lee.
Stop.
I don't understand why I can't stay here.
Well,
Maybe just for like a week. Just a week, maybe. And then
I mean, she just said y'all can stay as long as y'all need to, but I gotta
that's what I'm
leave.
trying to ask her, if you can stay for a week. Just at least a week. So you don't
No.
have to be out on
Don't
the
do
street
it.
by yourself.
So you gonna stay here even though I can't stay here? That's what I'm asking you. You still just stay here and knowing I can't stay here?
Where else is we gonna go?
That's not the point though. Like, we supposed to be together on this. You finna let me sleep outside on the curb.
I didn't say you can sleep, but I'm trying to get you to be able to stay here. You don't want to stay here or not?
I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not welcome. She just said I can't stay here.
You know, she might change her mind.
So I can't stay here.
Just for a week. Come on.
I can't stay here, Ms. Lee.
I don't
No.
think that's a good idea.
Nah.
Why?
Y'all made no effort, or you didn't get a job or something so that y'all
Well,
can
school just started and I had to get groceries.
Man, this dude don't got a job. Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? And see, they trying to hit her with the okie doke. Here's what I mean. Yeah, you let him stay there for a week. You move his stuff in. Next thing you know, you like, okay, the week is up. And they're going to try to tell you, nah, you got to evict us formally now. We live here. We moved our stuff in here. So now you have to go through the legal processes to legally evict us. And see, that's so crazy. If that's her daughter, shame on her daughter too. Because her daughter, it seems like she's trying to be sneaky. It's clear that this woman is uncomfortable with that. Listen, I counted at least 2 or 3 kids. And then you, grown woman. And that is a lot to just, at the drop of a dime, go from a household where it's just you, and next thing you know, it's 5 of y'all living there. And she's okay with that. But she's just being fair and saying, but this man that don't want to work, he can't stay here. That is totally fair. And you as the man should honestly understand that.
Trees, and then my car note was due, and then I had to pay the insurance. So it just fell behind. A lot of things just fell behind. It's not even probably even gonna be that long. I think a month actually. First, for all of us, just a month. We'll stay.
You just said a week.
Yeah, just a week.
But now you done changed it to a month.
I'm only changing it to a month because it's the end of this month, and it's gonna take at least about 2 weeks for me to find a place.
Man, I'm not finna argue. I'm not finna argue about staying here.
You know I love you, but it's just sometimes if people don't put effort or something to do better.
We did what we had to.
Like we just put this is like the money, the little money we do have left. We have to put all our stuff in storage. Like this is all we brought over here. Like I don't understand why I gotta sleep outside while they can sleep in here comfortably. Like it's already bad out here. Like people out here killing people, robbing people, and I gotta sleep outside.
This is hilarious to me. This is hilarious to hear this grown man. I'm surprised this woman just hasn't laughed in his face. This is hilarious. He said, I don't understand why I got to sleep outside and be uncomfortable, and they get to be in here comfortable. These is his kids and his girl, his chick. And he's talking about, how come they get to be comfortable? I got to be fending with the elements. Why do I got to be under the bridge? If not you, then who? This seemed like the type of dude where if the tables was reversed and he was in this woman's shoes and it was a woman saying him and the kids can stay here, but she got to go, he'd be like, sorry, baby, you got to go. I'm not about to be on the street. I'm not about to be cold. Sorry, babe. He probably said about his kids. They'd be like, you can stay here, sir, but your kids and your chick have to go. He'd be like, sorry, kids. Sorry, wife. Y'all ish out of luck. I need to be warm. This dude's a sucker.
That's crazy to me, bro. Like,
nobody said you had to sleep outside.
Where else I'm gonna go? Where else I'm gonna go?
Nobody said you.
Where else I'm gonna go, Sierra?
We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to figure this out.
I understand we're trying to figure it out, but I don't understand why Ms. Lee not letting me stay here. Like, what is your reasoning for I really can't stay, but everybody else can stay? What you think I'm gonna do?
Well, maybe get a job and start getting money saved so that y'all can get
okay, but I have to have somewhere to sleep so I can go to a job. Like, I don't even have nowhere to sleep because you're not letting me stay here. I'm confused why I can't stay here.
You're gonna. So it's not gonna be all the time. What do you? I mean, what's the deep down issue? Is it like just because it's Sean or?
Yeah, what is the issue?
Okay, this is elder abuse at this point. And now I'm starting to get a little bit upset now. Because this might literally be the most sweetest woman that I done seen in 2026. This might be the most sweetest woman I done seen in 2026. And you can even see on here, if you pay close attention, I got a keen eye. You can see on here, she has a wedding picture, which appears to be her and possibly her husband who has passed on. And she's probably used to allowing her husband to have these type of hard conversations and to be more direct. And she was able to just kind of be feminine and be relaxed in her femininity. But now her husband's probably passed, but it seems like he still even did his job, even in being deceased, because it looks like he left her a house. And now it seems like these people are trying to exploit her and take advantage of her kindness and of her sweetness. And they're trying to force her out of character. And what I mean by force her out of character is she's nicely told you all multiple times and put the boundary that she is not comfortable with this. And you got one person over here, which may be the daughter, who she's trying to mix up the words and trying to manipulate her with the words. And then you got this other dude over here who's just trying to be overtly aggressive. You got one person being passive aggressive and a little bit manipulative, and then you got another person who's just being overtly aggressive, and you're basically coming at her from both angles. It's like good cop, bad cop. One person's trying to be nice about it. The other person's just being direct and mean about it. And you both have ulterior motives for what you're trying to get out of this person. That's why I said it's like good cop, bad cop. And I think that's horrible. And the fact that he recorded this woman, who was probably a private woman, and was just and you're gonna come in her house and record her, which already gives indication of the disrespect she can look forward to if she was to allow you in her house. If you would do this now when you need something, imagine when you actually get comfortable.
Please let us know.
Well, this is not the first time things has been out of secret. Stop. I'm just saying, what? I'm trying to get y'all to make better decisions with
So the better decision
children
is for me to be outside. Okay.
all like that.
You have to listen to her. Just,
I am listening, but I'm confused.
you're arguing back and forth.
Because it's like not making no sense to me why I'm got.
I'm gonna let it finish, but this is the last thing I want to add. You know what's crazy? When I was first watching this, I actually thought that this was a staged video. I actually thought that like this video was fake. I would have cut it off. I don't think this video is fake. The reason that I thought that this video was staged is because of how fake this woman is talking. This woman is talking in a way where it's very obvious that she's not being genuine. So that's why I thought like this was a scripted video or something. But she's doing that because she's playing in this woman's face and she has ulterior motives now, is what I find, allegedly. I'll let it play now.
Outside, okay.
All like that.
You have to listen to her. Just,
I am listening, but I'm confused.
you're arguing back and forth.
Because it's like not making no sense to me why I'm got to sleep outside. This is what I'm trying to get to you, Sierra, and you ain't behind me right now at all. Like
I am. I'm trying to get you to be able to stay. If you be quiet and just listen, I'm trying to get you to be able to say. She's telling us, she's talking, and then you keep interrupting her. Like,
because she ain't getting to the point. Like,
get to the point. So
this shit
all we really
frustrating,
need is
bro.
like a month, I think, like just a month for just all of us.
Y'all gonna stay for a month. I'm
No,
not
you're
staying.
gonna stay too, right? Yes. No.
See, you making.
I'm asking. Can
No, you're not.
Just a month. That's all we need. 30 days.
Is
All right, I'm gone. I'm gone. It's good.
So where's gonna go?
I don't know where I'm finna go. Bye, baby. I understand this is y'all.
You know what's crazy too? She would probably be wise to not even let this woman stay, and just let the kids stay. Let her and that man go off. And it's sad because now you done made this elderly grandma a single mother. But I think that's far better than if you let the woman stay, because here's why. If you let the woman stay and then she becomes a resident, what's stopping her from bringing him back in and saying that that's her guest? And next thing you know, now he's able to move all his stuff in because that's her guest, right? If she's a resident there now, she can have guests. And if she has a guest and she allows him to stay for a certain duration of time or to move certain things in, then next thing you know, now he's going to be a resident too. And now you're just in the weeds trying to resolve this matter. I think she should just really just say, okay, the kids can stay, neither of y'all can stay. That's what I would advise. And I guarantee you, if her husband was still here, that's what he would have did too.
My first rental property, I had to go through an eviction
This is her first eviction process, is what the caption says.
process with tenants that had inherited. They would pay their rent, but sometimes they would pay late, and then eventually they just stopped paying completely. So I served them a 60-day notice that they had to move out, and they didn't move out. My attorney went ahead and moved forward with the eviction process. The tenants never ended up showing up to the court, so I automatically won, and they had moved out by the day of the court date. Everything turned out well, but this is how they left the apartment. So I had to pay $500 to get all this stuff junked, and I had to pay my attorney $1,200 for the case. But in result, out, I was able to rent the apartment for $600 more than they were paying. You got to spend a little bit of money to make more money. One thing that I did learn from this eviction process was my attorney let me know, had they showed up to court and paid up the backed up rent, the judge was probably going to side with them and they didn't have to move out. So it was definitely a win. I like to share my real estate journey, showing the real numbers, the good and the bad, so you can learn from my experience. So if you want to see more of that, go ahead and follow. A year.
It says how to delay / stop an eviction.
If I didn't pay my rent last month, I would be in this line right here headed to eviction court. This is the Annex Court on Chimney Rock and Gulfton in Houston, Texas. Chosen family, we are blessed. Now, I don't know if all these people have eviction court today, but I'm going to tell you how you can delay or either stop your eviction. Okay, first thing you're going to do is reach out to Lone Star Legal Aid. You're going to give them a call. They're going to give you a screening over the phone. They're going to determine whether or not you qualify so that they can represent you in court. Each time that they have represented me, the judge found it in my favor, ruled in my favor, which either gave me more time to move or allowed me more time to pay. So either way, you can't get wrong if you receive their services. And no, if you do not have the funds for legal representation, they will not charge you. It is a free service. Lone Star Legal Aid.
Understand what she's saying when she says that it went in her favor. It didn't go in her favor as far as she won, because at the end of the day, you're wrong if you haven't paid your rent. It's just that simple. Unless you have something to bring up with some evidence alongside it that shows that you were, legitimate for not doing it. What she means when she says it went in her favor is she successfully stalled things, which she did outline. But I just want to make sure that we emphasize on that point. She was able to stall things, which, if you know anything about legal proceedings, it's not hard to stall things. They even have something called an appeal that you can put in after the fact, after you lose, which can stall things further. So it sounds like, lawyers are great for that, stalling things, right? So understand what this is. This isn't winning where it's, freeing you from the responsibility that you owe. This is just stalling things and giving you more time to either have more time to pay it, or sometimes, sadly, even have more time to accumulate a larger balance that you owe these people. So that's really what it comes down to. But we'll leave it there, y'all. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller content creator, we actually get more points per hype. And it was designed for smaller content creators, so that's why. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.